Lung ascends and descends water. So it is said that we have three lungs. This includes the two lungs and the skin, which makes up the third lung. The lung has to irrigate all of this. In order to do so, it has to both ascend and descend water. So let's study the diagram. So this actually tells us about the blood and water metabolism. So water and food will have to go to the stomach, and the spleen will have to transform it and transport it. And then whatever is, and of course, the water will have to go to the kidney, disturb it, and then the urinary bladder for the urine. So the clear part of the water will have to go back to the lung, and where, with the help of the heart, it will go to the skin surface. So this is the ascending component, the ascending function of the lung. So the descending function, or the ability of the lung to descend the water, is represented by the fact that whatever is turbid will have to go to the kidney for further purification and eventually for excretion into the urinary bladder as urine. Food and drink enter the stomach from the mouth and is digested by the stomach and absorbed by the spleen. The spleen sends this nutrition and water to the kidneys. The kidney uses this in the making of blood in the marrow, in the bone marrow. The blood made by the kidney is not oxygenated. So the kidney sends this blood, the nutrients and water, to the lung. The lung also brings nutritional energy to the blood through respiration. The heart uses all these factors to synthesize red blood and circulates it centrally to all the body, with the peripheral circulation continued by the spleen. Food and drink. So, as we could see from the previous slides, will actually have to end at the bladder. And this, here you can see the role of the lung to actually ascend and descend water. So let's take a look at this pattern in which there is difficulty to ascend water, manifesting as skin problems. So if you see a thin and dry skin, there is less water both under and over the skin. So that means the lung has too little yin to ascend. So for thick and oily skin, if you have thick and oily skin, there is much dampness both below and on the skin. So that means lung yin is in excess and ascends much dampness to the skin. Thick and dry skin, dampness below the skin surface, but it is unable to rise to the skin surface. This is because the function of opening and eliminating is poor. Examples are psoriasis, eczema, myxedema. Treatment points to improve ascending function of the lung. We use the Bakshu point of the lung, which is bladder 13, to improve the function. Then the fire point or grandmother point, which tonifies the yang. So we use lung 10. Li11, tonification point for indirect tonification of lung yang, and steam room, wet sauna, and warm weather to help the skin to eliminate. Then we have difficulty to descend water that manifests as lung problems. Excessive mucus and lung edema indicate that the lung is full of damp, but does not descend to the kidneys. Why not? There are two possible reasons. Number one, the lung has difficulty descending water to the kidneys. So the treatment would be, we sedate the lung on lung 5, which is the water point. Sedating a point on the meridian will help the meridian disperse the excess energy. The point one uses to sedate will determine where this energy should flow. Lung 5 sedation will disperse lung yin and send it to the yin organ in the water element, the kidney. Or number 2, the kidneys might be too full of water to receive the fluid from the lung. This may be a patient with poor kidney function or heart failure. The edema is generalized and the lung is only a part of it. Treatment. So with needle and cup, bladder 23 to increase diuresis. Then we use luo point, bladder 58, to tonify the yang and sedate the yin. Bladder 39, the lower C point of triple warmer, which harmonizes water for the whole body. And Ren 5 and 9, needling and cupping. These are excellent empirical points for water retention and lymphedema.